could we just take a minute just to figure out what we're doing? I haven't really been here more than now. As a rat racer, I found myself justifying present pains with future gains and being secretly jealous, but morally superior, of course, to the hedonists who wouldn't have any seeds to sow. You see, since my wheel started turning, I've had my heart set on fixing hearts and being a part of mending others. So I was afraid, when my frame of reference started to be rebuilt and reconstructed, that I'd find out I'm just another one of those people, thinking that happiness will just be there when we get there, and then everything will be fine. Don't worry, it'll be worth it. Or maybe seeing the world with tunnel vision, closed off to the possibilities of what could be and what I could be if I pushed myself a little harder to look beyond the boundaries of what I could see and what others have seen in me. So let's deconstruct. We peeled back a layer and we find we're bad at choices. We pretend we can predict the future so that we can feel we have control. And I like that. That's me. I like to think I know that the things I'm doing now are purposeful and that they're bringing me closer to that goal. That I know with certainty, like 1 + 2 = 3, that in the present I am indefinitely working towards that vision of the future me, the one with the career and the family and the dog. But if we're faulty in our predictions, then in reality, am I not really going that far? And can I really not pinpoint and control a trajectory into the stars? A push to turn around and check, I saw the path I've paved. Proof of moving, proof of growth, behind me, brick by brick, all the progress that I've made. Brick, being told you're sick and that there isn't a cure. Brick, building resilience, the strength to push forward despite being unsure. Brick, connecting with others and using my story to help them find their light. Brick, acceptance and gratitude for the lessons learned from the fight. And I learned more from this reflection about myself than I've learned by living with myself for the past 21 years. I learned that my passion to connect with others in the dark, combined with my interest to mend broken hearts, strengthened by my perspectives of science as an art, aided by my ability to piece together the different bits of knowledge floating around that part of me which I didn't know if I could trust anymore, was that grasping of an opportunity the foundation of my frame, and I was more than just a product of a if there's no pain, no gain other. And that's when I started to begin to truly realize that what I'm doing is happiness. Or more importantly, started to acknowledge that what I've been making in my life is the best version of me. The push to change my frame made the window cleaner so I could really comprehend just what I was seeing. And now, I'm doing the same things as I was before, but now I'm happy just existing, just being. We have to trust ourselves, our brains, our hearts, and recognize our strengths, but also the weaker parts that can add more colors to the view. Recognize the capacity to continue growing and to control how we live in the now. You know, it's been 6 years since the last time I wrote anything closely resembling a rhyme, and even though that used to be a big part of me, those colors were bleached out over time by rules against subjectivity. Creativity yielded to essays and critiques and research papers where the words I and me and we weren't allowed, and heart was only okay if followed by a peer-reviewed theory where references were sound. Sometimes we aren't rewarded for breaking outside the boundaries, but if we can recognize that these can be opportunities to turn fear into exhilaration and test the limits of what you are and what you can do. Failure becomes just a signpost in the out-of-bounds zone telling you that you tried, reminding us that we can continue to grow and be and know what we're doing here, being more in every present second than we were in moments past. Maybe I am a rat on a wheel, but I know now that I'm not just chasing myself. So if you ever feel like that, ask yourself, why am I running? And reflect, are you enjoying the run? Continue to look around and be unafraid of seizing opportunities as they come. We'll all inflate with so much joy that no wheel will be able to contain us, and as it bursts, we can pick up all the little pieces to show others how it's done. And in the pursuit, this is what we can control. So take a minute, or take a few.